Albania is donating 22 of its American MRAP MaxPro armored trucks to Ukraine. It is one small arms transfer among many a wider war in which thousands of vehicles have changed hands. 20 months of bitter conflict. But these 15-ton, 8-passenger, machine-gun-armed MaxPros are special. They and other so-called mine-resistant ambush-protected trucks, or MRAPs, are favorites of Ukrainian forces. While other armies tend to delegate their MRAPs to infantry brigades as battlefield transports, the Ukrainians tuck them into the back of tanks and send them straight into battle. And for good reason. There are many MRAP designs, but most have one thing in common: thick armored hulls with a V-shaped bottom and big, thick tires that lift the vehicles up. These qualities work together to protect the MRAP's occupants from mine explosions and other explosions from below. So much so that Russian mines are among the greatest dangers facing attacking Ukrainian troops. Therefore, the MRAP's ability to resist a mine explosion makes it more survivable on the Ukrainian battlefield than, for example, a tracked infantry fighting vehicle, even though this IFV is heavier than a typical armored truck. A conventional IFV may have better mobility on soft ground than a wheeled MRAP and may also have more firepower thanks to its armored turret and heavy autocannon. But Ukrainian forces, particularly Marines and air assault troops, appear willing to trade cross-country mobility and firepower for protection. Ukrainian armed forces have so far received approximately 1,200 MRAPs from their foreign allies, losing approximately 200 of them in combat. MRAPs are the third most numerous type of vehicle Ukraine receives as aid, after light trucks and tracked personnel carriers. This is partly a coincidence. The United States, its closest allies, deployed tens of thousands of MRAPs during the height counterinsurgency campaigns in Iraq, Afghanistan in the late 2000s, early 2010s. Primarily to reduce risk from insurgent roadside S. As counterinsurgency campaigns ended, thousands of surplus MRAPs were placed in storage. For many NATO countries, it was a simple task: replace the batteries and seals of several hundred 15-year-old MRAPs and ship them to Ukraine. It was much easier than finding operational main battle tanks for transport Ukraine, for example. Fortunately, this unexpected MRAP encountered changing conditions in Russia's broader war against Ukraine last fall. As front lines stabilized and Ukrainians signaled impending counteroffensive, Russians dug in. The Kremlin's engineers dug 3 main trenches in southern Ukraine and planted hundreds thousands of mines in front and between them. Suddenly, Ukrainian forces needed vehicles that could withstand mine explosions. Today, perhaps a third of Kiev's approximately 100 ground combat brigades have a battalion of 30 MRAPs. Almost all of the dozen or so air assault and marine brigades have armored trucks. Marines and independent air